Many people open accounts on YouTube in order to put their face before the world. Everybody wants to be seen. I want to be seen too. I'm no different than anybody else. And people open YouTube accounts to have fun, and I like to have fun. But I have a specific reason for my account and my videos. I have a message. It is a message that's unpleasant, and of course it's not being heard, because although I have supposedly 73 subscribers, probably only a handful of those are what I would describe as non-communists. Most of my subscribers are communists. The communists have a heavy presence on YouTube. They are extremely active. I tried in vain to warn America about the communist expansion and the communist takeover of the United States. In November, when Barack is elected, the communist plan will have succeeded. Some of you don't know what a communist is. I'll explain it. A communist is someone who attempts to overthrow another country in order to loot that country. And you may say, no, that's not what the dictionary says. I'm telling you what reality is. Communists took over China and looted it and imprisoned the people. Communists took over Latin American countries, looted the countries, and imprisoned the people. When the Berlin Wall fell and people got to see East Berlin, they saw a looted East Berlin, robbed of its infrastructure, its factories, anything of value, toted back to Moscow. People are not aware that under the Mao regime in China and the Stalin regime in the Soviet Union, millions, literally millions, no exaggeration, were killed, and a lot of people, I don't know how many, were put in prison, put in labor camps. Communists have one aim: to get power in order to get the loot. Communists are thieves. Capitalism creates wealth. Communism steals the wealth. The reason the communists are able to infiltrate, overrun, and take over the United States is because our people don't care. Our people are asleep. Those of us in America who are somewhat politically engaged are horribly ignorant and horribly misinformed, horribly naive. Those of us who are mature enough and have been around enough, have enough experience to grasp the danger that we're in, are busy doing other things. Americans are disengaged. Americans are confused. The communists are here. The communists have been working out the details of this takeover for decades. I tried to warn a few people through YouTube, hoping the message would spread. It didn't. I failed. I did what I could do. It's depressing as hell. The greatest country, the greatest experiment in democracy, the greatest example of the superiority of capitalism over any other economic system, the United States, is going down the commode. All I could do was what I could do. I told you, for example, that global warming was a conspiracy. There is no man-made global warming. I told you about George Soros pumping multiple millions of dollars into the election process. in order to subvert democracy. I told you plainly that Barack Obama was either an overt communist or at least heavily influenced by communists. I told you about the radical movements created in the 60s in order to get us out of Vietnam, the Students for Democratic Society, the Black Panthers. All of these were infiltrated and controlled and manipulated by communists. The Cold War isn't over. The Cold War never ended. The Cold War never ended. True, the Soviet Union restructured itself, had to reorganize, had to fall back and regroup. But they're coming alive again. The arms race is still going. Don't let these liars fool you into thinking that Russia is acting defensively and protesting the missile shield proposed by George Bush. The missile shield is a response to their military buildup with the development of superior nuclear weapons delivered on superior missiles, the Topol-M, otherwise known as Bulava, designed to overwhelm and surpass and evade any defensive actions on the part of the United States. Russia is the aggressor. Russia invaded the Republic of Georgia. Russia is stirring up trouble in the Middle East, as they have always done. The Cold War, which began immediately after World War II, has been ongoing for all these decades since. And because America is asleep, because America doesn't care, because America is disengaged, and because America is the victim of this Soviet, communist, socialist, Marxist subversion and psychological warfare, they've slowly whooped us, and they are about to enter the White House.